Let the games begin. How's it going, guys? William and Wild Bill. I started 30 minutes early because Boozers, they didn't run very long tonight. O'Brien Chambers, Shadow Ops. Does the audio sound okay? What's up there, Marshall? Never know what you see here, Dave. Never know what you'll get. What's up, Hanger 51? It's about time you showed up my streams. This segment is brought to you by Almond Joy, Dave Marshall. RC Explorer, EQ, Paul Hatcher. Glad y'all made it. There's Jeff Custom. It's filling in pretty good. Out of oil. No, we got oil. We got Almond Joys. I'm going to try to get a sponsorship with them. If Dave don't get a patent on it first, trademark, Dave likes that coconut oil. Robert, I thought you were the moderator. Let me fix that. USS Ranger. Glad you made it. Produces Wild. What's up, guys? I hope Wesley has fun with that goblin. It's been such a pain in my butt. I put it on the back burner. I've got it programmed. It's ready to fly. I just decided that I've got all the weight figured out, what I need to put in it, and my batteries don't meet the requirements that I bought. And I'm just going to wait on a bigger battery to get more weight in there because I'm not end up putting all this nose weight in a plane to fly it. Wesley's going to crash that goblin. He's going, if he flies on 3S, he'll be all right with it. Let's hope he gets the CG right with all the weight. I just I just don't want to load my plane up with a lot of weight if I can help it. I'm just gonna try to buy me a heavy pack, probably a 16, 1800 roaring top, throw in it. But I've got to measure the size of the batteries, make sure they'll fit up in there. I'm at the point with it. The radio's programmed. I've got the gyro on a switch off and on. It's ready to go. I got low, medium, high rates in it. And it's just sitting there with a lot of extra weights beside it. Disappointing. Jeff, do you fly yours anymore? The Goblin? David, probably take them a month to straighten that out. You change your logo. It don't happen overnight. It's got to process through Google and everything else. Flew it yesterday. How'd it do? Feeling more comfortable with it? I got some 3S packs over here, weighs more than these 1300 4S packs weighs. I'm not sure how I'm gonna go with it yet. Did you rip it like a tater chip, Jeff? That thing is designed for some fast flying. I might fly mine on 3S to begin with. Who knows? I don't have a clue yet. So, Dennis Farley. I went in and started the show 30 minutes early because boozers, they didn't go about an hour. I say, no need waiting. Everybody goes to bed early on Sunday night, so I figured I'd start it early. There's GB Linden. Not bother to be dropping links in here for about 2 minutes. Yeah, I got some clothes on. Clean shaved. Ain't I pretty, Dennis? RC Tuesday. Glad you dropped in, buddy. All spiffied up. Yeah, I've got to go to town tomorrow. I bought a new mask to wear in that county. I don't want to get a fine. This county I live in, they don't give a damn if I wear one or not. But the county I've got to go to pay my house payment, the mortgage on my house, I've got to go up there tomorrow. You got to wear a mask up there in that county. So it is what it is. But I bought a little cloth mask. I can't wear these N95s no more. I mowed last week and my sinuses got all messed up. And I didn't feel like doing the show last Sunday night at all. There's Nightbot showing up. That song's super funny, guys. It's two old dudes in a swimming pool rapping about money talks. Y'all check it out. It's funny. Right click on the link, open it up in a new tab, and watch it without leaving the show. Say 200 driver. Glad you made it. My sinuses are still messed up, man. I've had the worst luck this week. Lawnmower deck went out again. I've ordered a new blade spindle, new belt. I've got to work on all that. Say, Jermaine, I went out there to the garden last night while I was cooking supper. I was going to pick me a ripe tomato, slice it, and I got ants all in my tomatoes where they split open out there on the vine. Full of ants. I was so mad. Be nice there, Marshall. We might have some women prowling around here. Yeah, ants. I threw two of them out in the yard, GB tomatoes, and I brought 8.5 and washed them. And they're just full of ants. If I knowed it was out there on my tomatoes, I'd put some sevin dust on them a week or so ago. I usually treat the garden with sevin dust, sprinkle it on there for the rain, powder form. That kills all them bugs out there on it. The damage done. I've done lost half my tomatoes now. That's part of it. Deuce, I can't set my garden on fire with gasoline. Burn my tomatoes and bell peppers and onions up. Who's responsible for the virus? Kenny said. What virus? China Hangar 51. Them lovely people over in Asia. We used to do them yellow jacket nests in the ground like that, Deuce. Them yellow jacket nests in the ground. They come out, if you stepped on them and didn't know they were under the leaves out in the woods, they'd come out and eat you alive. We used to yank the gas line off the four-wheelers and fill up a can, pour it in there, and set up a fire. Hey, Marshall, I didn't know you had a Teespring store tip. I seen it on Facebook the other day. Shirts look good. GB is going to start a onesie, a 3X onesie for Hangar 51. Yeah, we got to get them onesies in these Teespring stores, guys. That's the end thing nowadays. Got to have them onesies. What's up, Wreck'em Check'em? Uncle Roy? Jeff from LA? What's up? I love that gaster I seen. Mike Keller's in the house. I'm waiting on that guy to give me that thumbs down. I'm sure he's going to show up sometime or another. He always does. KRC Explorer. Take care, little buddy. I really don't even think there's a pandemic crap going on. I know of no one that's contracted COVID-19, been sick from it, or died from it. I just believe it's a big hoax. That's just my personal opinion. And for me to walk around like I'm in China all the time, I don't know if I can deal with it or not. I can barely breathe without any mask. I walked out of the house last night to the kitchen door. out on the back deck, and it was after dark, and the heat and humidity would just take the breath out of you. It, our heat index the past couple of days between 100 and 105. It's just humid as it could be, muggy. I went out for a little while this morning, just as muggy. It ain't got to be sunshine to be humid like it is here. This is one of the worst years I've seen humidity. It's right up there with the top ones. I have sinus trouble, and when I get out mowing in this heat and this humidity, plus all the pollen, it gets me down for a few days. Hello, Ryan. Pilot Ryan's in the house. What's up? Did you fly today? Yeah, you wearing a mask, 200 driver. It's not good for you to rebreathe that. It's not good at all. You're breathing out carbon monoxide, and it's just staying in that mask. It's if one thing's gonna kill you, another one will. Carbon monoxide uh, can kill you just as well as some kind of foreign disease. I'll take my chances. So Bobby did show up. It's cool, Ryan. I ain't even been on Facebook all day today. I get where I hate that place. I ain't even been on there. I've got I've got a spindle. FedEx brought my belt from my mower today. I don't know if y'all can see it. That's my blade belt I got to put on. And I've got a spindle. So I did all this last year and put a spindle on it, and had to put a repair ring around the spindle because the deck is stamped and it rusted out around where the four bolts hold the spindle in. And they got a repair ring for these stamped mower decks. It's not fabricated deck. And this is a kicker. They know it's going to rust out because it's just thin stamped metal. They want $600 to $800 for a new remanufactured mowing deck for my mower. It's a 50-inch zero turn. It's called a RTZ L50 Cub Cadet. And I bought it used. It's a 2015 model. I bought it like in 2017 for, I only had 490 hours on it. I give the boy $1,250 for it. But I've been replacing spindles. The first spindle I bought, I went to a local dealership, and just bought it because I needed one. And they charged me $100, $99.95 for a spindle. And I asked the woman, I said, it don't come with a Alamite grease fitting in it? She said, no, they're sealed bearings. I said, okay. So I put that on. That one's still working, but it'll be the next one to go out. Then I had another one to go out last year, and I bought one online for $28, and it's got a grease fitting in it. So I bought it and put it on last year, and this year the other side went out, and I bought another one. It's like $30 for it. It's got a grease fitting in it. If it's any way possible, get the ones that's got the grease fittings. That's the life of a mowing deck. Is keep that grease in them bearings. I I I can't understand how you get a thin plate of metal and slide it up under a big press and slam down on it just one time, and it knocks out all the circles and bends the forms in it and put your bolt holes in it, and they want to charge you $600 to $800 for it. That just don't make sense to me. But you can have a 1/4 inch steel fabricated deck probably done up at a machine shop for same price at a 1/4 inch steel. They in it to sell you parts. That's all there is to it. They know it's gonna wear out. They're selling parts. Dave, I set up a link there for you. Thoughts and prayers. Anybody want to contribute today's PayPal link? I put a short link there to his PayPal account. Oh, no problem, Dave. See, I knew I'd get that one thumbs down tonight. It always happens. I got a feeling I know who it is. But I couldn't swear to it. But he always shows up. Most of the time it's on my videos or live streams, especially my live streams. He'll show up and put that one thumbs down. I love that guy. I hope it made him feel good, tickled to death. I'm like Pilot Ryan. I really want to make that guy happy. Shadow Ops, I haven't done anything to the 109. I've got to re-strengthen the tail feathers on it. And I've got AR-636 receivers I got from Mike Keller. I'm going to put one in. And I'm just taking my time. It'll probably be a winter project. Probably be a winter project. It's so hot on me right now to go outside. It just takes a breath out of me. There ain't no shade out here where I live. There ain't no shade over there in the field where I fly. It's just not my time of year. Ethan, the thumbs down bandit is good. Well, I hope it's not Ethan. I wouldn't think it is. Ethan's a pretty good kid. I don't know if he dislikes everybody's videos. I think me and Ryan's got something in common with one of them. I'll always get that one thumbs down. I really don't care. Don't bother me a bit. It don't bother me one bit. Reckon that worked pretty good in the Husky. I gotta get programming cable for mine. I bought 2 of them from Mike Keller. He programmed some basic warbird profiles in them for me. I don't know how well they'll do on a tail dragger though. Both of the warbirds I want to fly with those AR-636s are tail draggers. And I think we put F4F Wildcat program in it to get the V900 programs off of it. But I'll probably wind up buying me a programming cable so I can get in there and program them. Yeah, that was F4 Wildcat binding flying basic was safe. That's what we put in the V900 AR-636s, both of them. They might work fine in a tail dragger. No, it's not your fault at all, Mike. That's what I asked for. That's what you put in them. I appreciate it. Hello, Christy. Farmer man. Now I got 2 thumbs down. This is going sideways. Christy did it. Christy, you give me a thumbs down. She wouldn't do that. I know her. She wouldn't do that at all. It's all good. There's Dave's and Amy link there, guys. Gonna show him a little love tonight. I know he'd appreciate it. Oh, George Watts. Glad you made it, buddy. Have y'all ever heard of the Billy Bounce Man dance that come out, I think, in 2017? I think it's hilarious. It's called the Billy Bounce. I'm going to show y'all the clip of it right quick. If I can find it.
The Big Part 2 video. We're going to keep it short, keep it sweet. Let's get right into it. Action.
I need that money, baby. Yeah, I need that money, baby. Count them hundreds, baby. Hey, my nigga Trail keep it rolling. In this game, anything goes. Me and money, that's where it goes. I'm flexed up with my bro.
Oh, we playing tag?
Right, bro, I need them.
What's going on, bro? Come on, bro. What's going on? Why are you playing tag, bro? What are you doing? Come on, bro. Get off the court, bro. Get off the court. Get off of that, bro. Come on, bro. What's going on? I'm tripping. Nah, you're tripping. Nah, he's tripping, bro. He tripping. Even worse. Y'all need to be moving. Y'all need to dance, bro. Y'all need to dance. Y'all need to hit them folks or something, bro. Y'all not giving me nothing. Yo, Link, you late, bro. Come on, bro. What's going on? Come on, bro. Leave that pool. Come on, bro. Get in the shot, bro. What are you doing? Bro, forget the napkins, bro. I don't know. It's cool, bro. Why'd you bring your napkins? Dog? Why'd you bring your napkins? Are y'all ready? Yes.
Hey, my nigga Trail keep it rolling. In this game, anything goes. Me and money, that's where it goes. I'm flexed up.
Bro, what's going on? What are you over here? No, that's not it. I said some swag. The hip hop.
What you mean? This is swag dancing, bro.
No, that's swag dancing.
This is swag dancing.
You see the synchronization? You understand? How is that not swag? Come on, bro. Y'all need to respect the stop. I'm tired of this, bro. Get it together. I'm tired of it. Y'all making me sweat out here in this heat. Tired of this, dog. Y'all really blowing me. Tired of it. Get it right, mother. You right there, bro. And you innocent. You come forward.
My nigga Trail keep it rolling. In this game, anything goes. Me and money, that's where it goes. I need it and don't have no patience. Tell this money how the fuck would you wasting? Not the grace of the money I'm chasing. With my team and the hundreds we making. Right, bro. I need no money, bro. 10 toes. I know, bro. Right, bro. I need my money, bro.
Alright, bro. I'm tired of this. Alright, you come right here. This is what we're gonna do. Where the hell you get an apple from, bro? Stand right there. Come on. Line up right here. When the music comes on, put your hands in your pocket and just nod your heads. Okay? Can y'all do that? Fuck this, man. Can't work with this, man. Come on, whoa.
Yo, look at this nigga, son. Hey, man, what you want? What's up, man? 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 You y'all so what, man?
I got your back, B. Oh, God. Oh, mother, brother. Oh,
Y'all can have that. Y'all can have that.
bro, I threw you up. Oh, damn. I can fix that.
Today, mother brothers. The hell is this goddamn circus? Where my nephew?
Y'all should have known I was going to show something crazy by the thumbnail. Ain't no telling what you liable to see here. Some crazy stuff on YouTube. Oh, you'll get it back, Air Marshal. You don't have to watch it, Kenny. That's the idea. It's all good and fun. He's wondering about the thumbnail. There you go. Wreck 'em, check 'em. Play the song link if you want to watch some more. called Frank and Murray, Money Talks. One guy's like 92 and the other one's 75 and out in the pool rapping. Pretty funny. I've had a piss poor week. I like things that cheers me up. You need to have a sense of humor when you come to my shows. It might not be the place for you if you don't. I ain't worried about no Glock. Uncle Roy. I like the guys in the mask, the old man's mask, wearing a hat that says I love bingo. I might buy that mask and ride around town in it. Never know about me. Since I've got to wear a mask. That'd be funny as hell. See, I'm not the one that takes YouTube too serious. To me, it's all fun and games. When are they going to be able to program the 637s like the 366, the 636 receivers, Dave? Was they waiting on an update to protocols for it or what? Will you be able to program the 637s with a programming cable? Or you got to do it from your radios? Well, I've never programmed a lemon gyro, but I programmed an Emerald, and it's made by lemon, but I'm not sure about the configurations on the lemon gyro. All them lemon, they're sketchy in their manuals. You have to go through the RC groups to get information about them. The guy in RC groups, you type in lemon RXs, and this one go-to guy, he's got all the knowledge. The Emerald just got dip switches. You flip the upper three on, put the tight plane it is, and the lower three dip switches is for reversing your throws. It's basically about it. And you got your trim pods. I've got one in the Goblin. the Emerald. Best place to look, Roy, if it's like the Emerald RX 600 SP. James from Motion RC's got like 8 videos out on it, programming it. Just look up Emerald RX 600 SP, I think. And James does a 8 video series on it. Let me check that Teespring out, Dave. It don't look bad, Dave. I like your shirt. I don't know about hugging up on a pillow, though. There's a hoodie. You need to send me that coffee mug. And the hoodie. Pretty cool stuff, Air Marshal. I like it. We're going to have an Almond Joy store before it's over with. Coconut butter, coconut oil. Have you sold much of it, Dave, since you started it? Have nuts. Jeff Custom, he flies those Emerald gyros all the time. This is the first one that I've ever bought, and I just watched James at Motion RC. I watched his 8 videos and learned how to do it through him. You got to do a mix in your radio I think it's on the gear channel. On my thnxs, you got the gear channel will be your gyro channel on this particular model. And you do a mix, and you just assign it to a switch, and it just flips it off, flips it on for you. So that's what I do mine. Hamilton Hangers in the house. Glad you made it. Yeah, that's what I did on mine. You put the mix in your radio and assign it to a channel, and it flips it from a blinking green. You flip it on, it turns it to a solid green. I'm gonna fly the Goblin with that Admiral stabilization RX 600 SP. Is mounted and programmed, or you can program it without the mix and have it on all the time. Depends on how you want to put it in. You can program it on a switch off and on, or you can program it completely off. You can program it on all the time. There's a combo A, combo B, and combo C. Mine is set on combo C on a mix, and I forget, it's farther on H switch. My gyro switch is on. It could be on A. I can't remember what I put it on. I put it on A, I believe. I have to go back and look at it. Dave, you gonna go live tomorrow? You gonna wait a while? They have a throttle to elevator mix on. Do you? No, I don't. No, I don't have any mixes. The only mix I've got is the gear channel mix to come on a switch so I can turn my gyro on and off. That's the only one I've got programmed on the Admiral. I probably won't be putting no elevator mix in on mine. It's going to have a torque to the left thrust on it if you crank her up too high on takeoff. I can tell you that now. She's going to twist to the left. I wouldn't even try. I'd put about two-thirds throttle on, or I don't even, and maybe 2/3. Just give her a light toss, and maybe to the right a little bit. She's going to swing to the left. Get any video of it, Roy? I've been trying to watch all the Goblin videos that comes up here lately. Past few days, ain't no new ones coming out. Now I think adding all that weight to that plane is just crazy. Jeff put Jeff has got his flying weight, including his battery and the weights, is 263 grams. The battery weight and the grams that I was going to put in my plane is 212. So there's 51 grams of weight difference between what Jeff Custom flew and what I'm trying to fly. And this 55 grams of weight is way too many weights to put in that plane. So I'm just going, Jeff's battery weighs 179 grams. Mine only weighs 157 grams. I've done all the math on this gobbler, and I just bought the wrong size batteries to begin with. And I didn't know about all this CG problem and weight problem. I just popped on it. When it first come out, before anybody knew it, I bought it like 3 o'clock in the morning. I've learned the hard way that about how to fix it. I will fly it though. How much weight did you put it in, Roy? On a 4S 1300. What does that battery weigh? Evidently, it loves nose weight. No extra weight. It's good. You didn't put no weight in it at all. You flew it on 4S 1300. Does it seem tail heavy to you? Why are these people putting all this nose weight in the planes? The batteries of 1300 graphene. That's what's weighing 179 grams. Is that 1300 graphene 75C? It weighs 179 grams. But Jeff Custom added 84 more grams of weight to it. You know how many plates of metal that is? Each little plate weighs 7 grams. I think you put 84 grams into the plane. I can figure it right quick. $84 divided by 7 grams. He put 12 plates of metal in his plane. That's 6 on each side of the battery pack. That's crazy. Most people, Jeff, is gluing, you know where your battery slides up in the fuselage next to the motor? They're gluing that weight, a roll of it on the side here and a roll on it on this side of the fuselage, up in the nose. That's where they're putting that weight. And some people is putting some around the motor inside the cowling. gluing it around the motor. I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff with it. They want that space in between the prop spacer and the cowling to be 4 millimeters. Mine was under 4 millimeters, so I had to take all that apart and put a thicker washer in behind the top motor screw, motor mount. Now I got a 4 millimeter truss angle on mine, so it should fly fairly decent with the angle I've got the motor. Yeah, Mike Keller's $100 plane. You get what you get. This is my first Durafly plane I ever bought. So you can fly it inverted, barely pushing on the stick. See, I bought the light packs. I bought the Turnigy Nano Tech Plus, and they're a little bit smaller than them graphene batteries. Price difference too. I just gonna buy bigger battery packs. I'll fly these 4S's in my Super Cub. I ain't worried about them. I've got a 40 amp ESC in my Super Cub, and I've got a spare 45 amp and a 540 Edge I can steal. I can put these 4S's in these birds. I'm not really worried about it. Say, Gooniac, what's going on, Ray? We just chilling, talking about the goblin. I can't get Mike Keller to pop on that goblin. You know he'd like it. John, he flew that on an old wore out 1550 drone battery. I mean, the life has done been punched out of it. You know that plane's gonna go faster than 128 on a fresh battery. John and GB's going to do some more radar guns on a new pack. He got one run out when the pack was hot, and the rest of them were sagging around 90. But he got one run 128. That's with a wore out battery. Probably been flown in a drone for 5 years. You know it ain't got no life left in it. I could imagine those fast passes, Uncle Roy. I'll be just putting around Miss Daisy till I get used to it. You don't have to fly that plane fast. It'll handle low speeds just as well. That's wherever you get used to. Good night, Ray. Glad you dropped in, buddy. If you'll notice, one of them thumbs downs is gone now. Who hasn't been in a tree? I have. I lost a jet in a tree, and I found it about 800 yards away. And it took like 6 of us to find it. It got in a windstorm. First thing I knowed, it was gone. I just dropped the throttle and let the wind take it. Couldn't do nothing for it. Went back and checked the video about where it went in, and I was looking way in the wrong spot for it. We found it across the field over in the next section of woods. We looked good 2 hours for the jet. We found it. Still flies today. And I've cut a tree down to get a bird out of it too. I'm not beyond getting a chainsaw out of the barn and putting some gas and chain oil in it. That's the only way it's going to come down. And wind, I'll give it about 3 days to see if a wind will bring it out. But I ain't going to let it sit up there. I know I can get it down. I got a brand new Poland 21-inch chainsaw. Somebody needs to design some little cutters to come out of the wings. You flip a switch on your radio and these little saw blades come out. Start chopping away till it falls out. You make a killing. Tree trimming, airplanes, built in. Roy, I will never forget that time you used to run. What was that? A cub that you run right in the side of the house? That was so funny. He just run up there real slow and hit the house and bounce back in the yard. How come they didn't plant in that field beside your house this year? Roy? That was your tundra. Kind of looked like a super cub or something. I remember that video. It just goes up over the house and hits it and falls back down. That was funny. That was Uncle Roy. Flew his tundra into his house. You have to go back and watch his YouTube videos. You'll find it. There's at my old flying field, there's a apprentice, a full size apprentice, had been up in a tree for 2 years. It's probably been up there 2.5 years now. And the guys at the field, they'll go check on it from time to time, and it's still up there through the windy storms and everything. She's still up there. And it being a historical property, you just can't go back there and cut stuff down. So that apprentice is stuck up there forever, probably. And it's probably in a 45-foot tree or 50 foot. So they're letting the field rest. That's good they let it rest. Yeah, it's stuck, Wild Bill. It'd been in there for a long time. I was a member there a year. It'd been in there a year and a half before I joined there to AMA field. And I've been gone almost another 3/4 of a year. So it'd been up there a while. Full size apprentice. When wind gets a hold of planes and it's gusting so bad, you lose control of them. You're at the mercy of the wind. You really ain't got no business flying when it's real windy. A lot of people does though. My problem with my motors, they have enough power to overcome the wind. So I wound up losing them that way. That's been a long time ago. You imagine how long a pole would be to reach something that's 50 feet up in the air? Be crazy. You'd be better off trying to fly a drone above it with a hook on it, trying to hook the prop on it or something, using the camera from the drone, trying to hook a landing gear with it, yank it a few times, more likely you wind up getting a drone stuck up there too. Retrieving planes is something else. It's not always pretty. Reckon I had my Wildcat fall out of the sky out here about 200 feet straight into the pavement. It just bloated apart. I've got it all back together except putting the prop on it. It hit so hard I had to recenter the servo on the elevators. But I redid the motor mount in it, the battery box, bought a new motor mount, bought a new cowling, the horizontal stabilizer, elevators. I got several new parts on it. Uh, it seems to be okay, all except putting a prop on it and giving it a sling. I've weathered it and Papa dotted it to take all that. It's ugly like it was, so that's why I weathered it. You can't buy the plane no more. And all my park zone flyers right now, I don't even want to fly them right now. You can't find them no more. I got that Mr. Smith VF 109 G from Eric Shadow Ops. He mailed that to me a few months ago. I guess a month and a half ago, I got from him. And I've got re-strengthened the tails on it and put a receiver in it. I'm missing it's got fixed landing gear on it, and the pants is missing from the wire. I'd like to find a set for it. Somebody put flaps in that 109. But if y'all run across a Park Zone BF 109 wheel pants for fixed landing gears, holler at me. So I'm looking for a pair. My Vaca Wolf 190, I'm gonna 4S it before it's over with. It's got bomb tank drop on it, electric retracts. It's got all the bells and whistles. A lot of people just running that BL15 motor, stock motor, on their higher ESC and putting a 4S battery in it, and they're hitting 100 mile an hour with it. It's a big old chunky plane. I'd like to see it haul butt. Tennessee RC, what Viper are you talking about? Y'all talking about the big Viper. I got some 3300s, but they're 4S packs. Guys, y'all say y'all's goodbye. I think we're going to shut the show down pretty quick. Been going 86 minutes. My house is getting hot. I want to cut the fan on. I don't want y'all to hear it in the background. It sounds like a twirly bird. Y'all keep Dave and Amy in your thoughts and prayers. I couldn't imagine what they're going through. Thanks for dropping in, Jeff from LA. .200 driver, Tennessee pilot. Wreck 'em, check 'em, Uncle Roy. GB Linden. GB, get John back out with that radar gun and get a fresh pack on that goblin. I want to see a faster 128 on it. That might get me enthused about getting mine finished. Right now, I'm not enthused about it. Mine's ready to go. It's programmed in. All I got to get the weight and the CG and the battery right is all I'm waiting on. I might just wind up buying a bigger battery pack. A few of them. Right now, I bought 2 4S batteries. That I just don't want to put all that weight in that plane. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to get some kind of benefit from a battery weight instead of dead weight. Now I've thought about taping it to the end of my battery pack so I can just slide it up in there to the nose. Just fly it. Anything 13. I've been looking at a 1600 rolling top. Let me see if I can find it right quick. They got one in here. I'm looking at it real hard. Show it to you right quick. 1,000. It's a 100C 1600, and the weight on it's 186 grams. See, mine's weighing 157, 1300, 70C. This is 186 grams. But I've got to check the size of it to make sure it fit in the fuselage. It should, but if I pick one up or pick two up, this is probably what I'm going to fly mine with. It's what I'm looking at, guys, anyway. Good night, Mike Keller. Glad you dropped in, buddy. We're going to shut it down here in a few seconds. Roy, I don't want the plane to be tail heavy, and I'm not certain why all this weight is needed. But Spencer Keith, you want it all, brother. You want everything tonight. But you have to be here to win. Fixing to shut this hot dog stand down. Glad everybody dropped in. Y'all catch the replay if you didn't get to see all the show. I bought the Turnigy Nano Tech Plus. I can show you the battery. Sit right there, Roy. Bit of focus. I don't think it'll focus. See, it's only weighing 157 grams. It's not really weighty enough. So, Nanotech Turnigy 1300 milliamp 70C battery. They weigh a little bit less than a graphene. I bought two of these for under $17 a piece. These are the nano Turnigies. They're not the graphene. Roy. These weigh a little bit less. These weigh 157 and the graphines weigh 179. Not Tennessee RC pilot. I bought these battery special just to fly in the Goblin. I ain't even charged them up. They come in sales about 7.73 on both of them. But I didn't know everybody was having an issue with tape a few washers to the front of the battery pack, slide it in. I thought about taping some weight just to the end of the battery, right there. Slide it up in there. I got packing tape. I can tape all kinds of weight to the end of that. I just don't want it tail heavy. So I've added an extra washer to the nose of that plane already because that'll be a thin washer up there. When I loosen up the 4 screws on the motor mount, I loosened the lower 3 up halfway and I took the top one plumb out and a little bit thin washer fell out. And I didn't even put it back in. I put a thicker one in that you put like a 1/4 inch screw it through and put it in behind the screw, the motor plate, and screwed it tight. They give me 4mm with a prop between the cowling and the prop adapter. So I'm good there. The plane's ready to fly. I just got to get the battery and the weight right in it. Roy, you wouldn't believe I got 40% in my radio and 50 and 60% at 45% expo in my radio. And I'm still getting like 7mm throws on the ailerons with that. So I'm in the ballpark. I want this thing flipping around. I'd rather have more elevator than anything where I can turn quick. I don't care about fast aileron rolls. I got them turned down. I've got the elevator maxed out, so I want to turn fast. I want to bring it around. I want to bring it around. I don't want to wait all day. I've adjusted all those clevises to the outside holes on all the horns, ailerons, and the elevator. They were in the second one from the end. I moved them to the top so they wouldn't throw so much. You got to monkey around with this plane. Oh, Josh Weaver, how are you, sir? No, I don't want no 40 acres. I've got 40 acres out here to fly in, but I don't want no 40 acres to turn in, buddy. I want it to turn quick. I'm liable to run into power lines and trees and everything else before I get it turned around. I've got a field across the road here I can fly the Goblin in. I got woods on one side of the field and road and power lines all over the place on the other. It's a real long field, and I fly the 300 over there. I get it up high enough where I can fly around. Cool beans. So down here in the south, you moving to the south, Josh? Come on down here and enjoy some of this humidity. God, it's killing me. Heat index is 100, 105 every day. You can go outside and cut the air with a butter knife. It's sick. Miserable. Yeah, pack up the youngins and get Rhonda and move on down to south. We'll be glad to have you down here. So you put a bid in a house, put an offer on a house. That's very cool. I don't have much of a runway here at home, but I can pitch up these little small handheld toss planes, fly them around the front yard. I got 5 acres total, and I got 3 out here in the front yard I can fly in. But I gotta watch the house and telephone lines. I got 2 big trees in the lower lot. I gotta watch them. I do pretty good flying here at the house. I hope you get it, buddy. We bought this place. The house was built new in 2010. We bought it and moved in June the 30th, 2011. We were the first people to move here. I got a long ways to see it paid off, though. I actually don't own it. The mortgage company owns it. I think I got 13 more years on the mortgage, or right around 13 years. Maybe one of these days, so I can just pay Uncle Sam tax money. I'd be happy with that. A lot of maintenance owning your own home. Anything goes wrong, you have to wind up either repairing it yourself or hiring somebody to do it. It ain't like renting where you can just call the landlord, fix this. Next day you get somebody to come out. It don't work that way when you own it. But owning is still a whole lot better than renting. Anytime you can buy a house, I'd say buy it. My 2 youngest sons has already bought their houses. My youngest son, he bought, it's about $250,000 home. He's the baby. He makes good money. He went ahead and bought him a house. And my next youngest son, he bought him a house. I think he give $160,000 for it. they're both nice homes. They got a little bit of land to them, but I'm proud of the boys. Go ahead and get their house bought. Time they get my age, maybe they'll have them paid for. But we never know. Sometimes life brings you rotten apples and lemons and limes. You got to work with what you got to work with. It's all good. Josh, I'm glad you dropped in. I'm going to be shutting this down here in a few minutes. We've been going 106 minutes now. A lot of people have done left the show. I'm going to say my goodbyes, y'all. I appreciate every one of you dropping in, saying hi. And maybe we can do this next Sunday night after the Boozers. We're going to count it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm out. Peace, y'all. Love y'all.